Hey hockey fans, big news today as Jonathan Toews is out indefinitely with no timetable for a return. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. This is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Tuesday, December the 29th. This is your Canucks insight that's positive and timely. Hope you're doing well. Thanks to everyone who joined me for my live stream last night. It was a lot of fun. A couple of things I did at the end there. I introduced I announced that I will be indeed interviewing Steve Dangle this week for my Zoom chat. Very excited about that. And next Monday night, it'll be the stream of all streams. It'll be Sean, Jacob, and me in our 2000 NHL 21 live stream challenge. So make sure you join me for that as well. And that would be next Monday. Today, I think the biggest news right now is Jonathan Toews. So I won't be too Canucks heavy in this one. I'll try and relate it to the Canucks, which I should do, given this is a primarily a Canucks vlog. But yeah, we heard the story this morning, the really sad news that Jonathan Toews is out indefinitely. He will not go to the Chicago Blackhawks training camp, and there is no set timetable or timeline for his return. And when you hear the words from the press release, it's kind of scary actually, and it's concerning. And he says this, that he's feeling drained and lethargic. He says, Jonathan Toews says this, I am working with doctors so I can better understand my condition until I can get my health back to a place where I feel I can perform at an elite level and help my team. I will not be joining the Blackhawks for training camp. I do not have a timetable for when I will rejoin the team. I'm extremely disappointed, but it wouldn't be fair to myself or my teammates to attempt to play in my current condition. Yeah, that's pretty scary stuff. And obviously we don't want to speculate at all. It's not fair to speculate what he may have, but we just hope that he has a speedy return. And last year, at first I thought, well, maybe his play really dropped off last year, but it actually didn't. Last year he had 60 points in 70 games, so that's basically 6 out of 7, over a 0.8 points per game. And he had 9 points in 9 postseason games, so he's a point per game player in the postseason. So he was fine. He had 60 points in 70 games. In fact, those 60 points in 70 games, they were on pace, a better pace than many seasons he had before that. The 15-16 season, he had 58 points. The 16-17 season, he had 50 points. The 17-18 season, he had 52 points. And then he had a massive 81 points in 82 games in the 18-19 season, and then a tiny bit of a drop off. But he's never been like a Patrick Kane, more than a point per game player, but he was the more solid leader. But still, his career is being, and usually ranging around the 55 to 65 point range. So he had a really good season points wise, and he had a good season points wise, good postseason points wise as well. And of course, we can't speak enough about his leadership. He's been the captain there for a long time. He was the 3rd overall pick way back in 2006. And he has 815 points in 900 games, so career games, all with Chicago. He's 13 seasons, so he's been solid. And he's a 3-time Stanley Cup winner, and he's been, like I said, the Blackhawks captain for a while, since 2008, just 2 years after getting drafted. And I'm speaking like his career is over. I'm not at all suggesting that, but it took me a minute of reflection, looking his stats up, to really appreciate just how good of a player Jonathan Toews has been. And we hope that he will obviously recover and get back into the lineup. But we've known he's such a good leader, and he's a proud guy, not prideful, but he's a proud guy and a fierce competitor. And it doesn't surprise me at all where he says that he wants to perform at an elite level. He wants to help his team, and he doesn't want to do disservice to himself or his teammates by not coming back and not be able to compete at the elite level that he's used to playing at. So all to say, we hope that and wish that Jonathan Toews finds out what is leaving him drained and lethargic, and those symptoms which are kind of scary. And we hope that he can make a successful recovery, and even if it's not this season, going forward, because he still has a few good years left in him for sure. Being being 32 years old, I'm sure there's a few more seasons in him. how does this news affect the Vancouver Canucks, which I'm going to try and do more. Anytime I do a story about something that's not specifically Canucks related, going to try and relate it back to the Canucks. And admittedly, this story really doesn't affect the Canucks that much because Chicago will be playing in the, which division they're not in the North, they're not in the West, they're in the Central Division, yes. The Central Division, because it's not the East Division. So Chicago's playing the Central Division with Carolina, Columbus, Dallas, Tampa, Nashville, and a couple other teams. Detroit's in there as well. So the fact that Vancouver won't even see Chicago at all during the regular season, much like any team that's not in Canada, and then the only chance we would have to meet Chicago would be in the in the Final Four. This news doesn't really affect the Vancouver Canucks that much. In fact, it doesn't affect them really at all when it comes to what's going to happen, at least during the regular season. Of course, we Canucks fans remember the massive battles against Jonathan Toews and the Blackhawks in 2009. We lost. 2010, we lost. And then 2011, we almost lost. In fact, Jonathan Toews put that Chicago Blackhawks team on his back, and they won game 4, 5, and 6, and forced a game 7 when Toews scored with a minute and a half left, shorthanded, mind you, to send game 7 into overtime. So we know what a fierce competitor he is, and we know the rich history that he's had with his Blackhawks, a rivalry with the Vancouver Canucks. So yeah, really sad news, but we hope and we pray, and at least I pray, and then we hope that he comes back to full health sooner as opposed to later. We'll wind up this vlog today with Canucks news. Not a lot going on right now. I had some really good feedback to my vlog yesterday about the Canucks being in a salary crunch, cap crunch, not just cap crunch, but cash crunch. And I heard Thomas Drance talking about it earlier on the radio this morning on TSN 1040, kind of about the same thing. And yeah, just to reiterate that Aquilini looks like he's trying to watch his money. That's why Travis Green doesn't have an extension. That's why we haven't seen a lot of free agents signing here. Maybe other businesses, his other business holdings, real estate isn't going so well. And Thomas Drance brought up a couple other really good points too. The fact that the two coaching vacancies of Matty Malhotra and Glenn Carnegie, they were replaced from within with Jason King and Chris Higgins. So that was money that was already being paid in the organization. So they're not hiring new people. So that's yet another sign that the Aquilinis are watching their money. And I guess the one thing that was cool that Thomas Drance brought out, remember yesterday I was talking about how in cash terms, salary cap, they're still at 81.5 near the top, right? Depending on what happens with Ferland, with LTIR. But from a cash perspective, I was spitballing $15-16 million less cash that they're paying this year. It's actually more than that. It's actually close to $22 million, because Drance mentioned that total salary as in cash expenditures, salary expenditures last year was $88 million. And then this year, according to Cap Friendly, as I mentioned yesterday, it's only at $66 million. So if the Canucks don't change anything, they are going to spend 25% less, $22 million off of $88 million in actual cash. So that's something to keep an eye on as we see what happens over the next 6 days before training camp opens on January 3rd. Wow, I can't believe that's happening soon, and it's going to be an exciting time for sure. So Canucks fans, hockey fans, let me know what you think about the Jonathan Toews news. Leave a comment below, and yeah, just your initial reaction when you heard that he's going to be out indefinitely. Leave a comment. I love to read, react, and reply as always. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Enjoy the day. God bless. Go Canucks, go.